And I've always been a clown all my life, and this is a story about how I got into the circus. This was a number of years ago, and I went to a one-ring circus, and they might have had 3 people in the entire circus. And I found out that I wanted to be a clown in the circus, so I asked the owner of the circus, I said, you know, I'd like to be a clown in the circus, but, you know, I was thinking in my mind, he's going to say, no, we don't need any clowns, you know, take off. And he said, yes, we do need a clown. And I thought, oh my God, that means that now I got to put up or shut up. So I said, okay, well, okay, I would like to be in your circus. And he said, okay. And then he took me on the rounds, and he said, he wanted to show me what real circus life was all about. So he took me to the one of the workers of the circus, and he took me to his truck. It was an old beat-up truck, I'll never forget it. There was just enough room on the ceiling of the cab to sleep if your nose would touch the ceiling. And I thought, oh, this is interesting. So that's where I'd be sleeping, something like that. And then he had everybody break down the tent, and I found myself trying to pull out a 20-pound steak, you know, after banging it with about a 30-pound hammer, and I couldn't do it. And I thought, oh my gosh, I guess I'm not a circus person. I'm not cut out for this. But somehow they overlooked that, and I tried many times to contact the owner of this circus to, you know, get in, but couldn't get in. Then I had to go through a circus agent, and came really close to getting into Clyde Beatty Cole Brothers Circus, which is a circus that I've been hearing about for years and years, and I was so excited, and it was getting really close, and then it fell through. And I got some encouragement from my friends, you know, and I went back, and I called up a circus from Circus Report magazine, the Tarzan Zerbini Circus. I'm sure everyone's heard of this circus. The Tarzan Zerbini Circus, I kid you not. And so then I thought, I'm not going to give up until I get into this circus. So the circus manager, Joe Bauer, I'll never forget him, really cagey, wily individual. He kept me dangling for weeks and weeks, and finally one day, I remember it was like yes or no. He said to me, Marty, are you a good clown? He said it really quick, you know, to catch me off balance. I said, yes, I'm a great clown. Then he said, okay, you're hired. And I screamed so loud, I think I cracked the plaster in my apartment. So then the circus adventure began with that. And he said, okay, show up at Fort Wayne, Indiana, and that will be your first engagement. So there I am, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I'll never forget it. I looked up at the stands, 10,000 seats. I had never performed except for maybe a few times for Bentley Brothers Circus, and I'm thinking to myself, in a few hours, I'm going to be with clowns I've never rehearsed with, never seen, haven't spoken a word to. I'm going to be performing for 10,000 people. This is a true story. So my heart started to boom, 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 boom. And you know, I was getting kind of nervous. I was getting a little sweaty there. And so then the clowns, they show up. And they're from Mexico. And they were like seasoned veterans. So they said, oh, good to meet you, Marty. I said, good to meet you. And then time went on, and it was getting close to performance time, and they weren't saying anything about rehearsals, and I'm going like, excuse me, guys, do you think maybe we might rehearse once or twice? I was trying to sound not like, you know, like a 1st of May, which is a clown that's wet behind the ears, even though I was perspiring like a fish. And I said, oh, okay. So they went, and they did the famous dentist gag. And they did, okay, Marty, here's how it goes. They said, you got it? I said, can we go through that one more time? They said, yeah, this is how it goes. You got it? I said, if I say one more time, can we go through it again? They're going to think I'm a 1st of May. I don't want that. So I said, okay, I got it. And I went, took a big gulp. The sweat was pouring down my face. They didn't see it though, fortunately. And so I got into my makeup, I got into my costume, I had my floppy shoes. I went out there and did the dentist gag. It was a horrendous flop. It was awful. I was like, oh my God, I was thinking, my career is over. That's it. I went out there, did my dentist gag, they're going to kick me out right here and now. But it was really weird. I practice Buddhism. I do a chant called Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Honestly. I went into I looked around for a place to, it's like a form of prayer. I wanted to find a place to pray, I'm telling you. And I went and found this dusty old ticket booth. It was covered in an inch of dust. I swept off the chair and sat down, plopped down for 2 hours. I was chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Sweat was pouring down my dusty cheeks. And at the end of 2 hours, I didn't know. I thought, okay, here goes nothing. I went out there, we did the dentist gag again. And it was like fireworks, man. It felt like there was fire in the air. But I didn't know until after it was all over with. I was walking with my clown friend, and there was the circus owner, there was the agent, Joe Bauer, and they had huge, gigantic smiles on their faces. They said, Marty, good work. I went, yeah! But that was just the beginning, because that very day, little did I know, there would be a humongous obstacle. I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I don't know, it came out of nowhere. I just felt so drowsy. When I woke up, everybody was gone. It was like the circus had taken off without me. And I went, oh, shoot. I said, oh my God, it's like, and I froze. I couldn't think, where did they say where they were going next? I got to catch up to these guys, you know, my career will be over with again. So I racked my brain and I remembered, oh yeah, I remember the next stop. Somehow I pulled it together. I made a phone call. I took a train. I got there just in time with the last bit of my money spent on that train. And the rest was history. I started doing better and better and better and better. They wanted to make me a full-time clown in the circus, man. It was like magic. I couldn't believe it. I was doing so well. And then the bottom dropped out again. I hit a stone wall because I was so isolated in the circus and having a hard time making friends that I got into a humongous depression. But I fought hard and did incredibly well to the point where they did want to make me a lifetime clown. Thank you very much.
Right.
Do 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 do.